"Sir, I'm sorry, but you can't board this flight." The gate agent's voice was flat, her eyes carefully avoiding his. Around them, a few first-class passengers glanced up, their expressions ranging from curiosity to condescension. A couple of whispers floated through the air. Damian Ellis, sharply dressed in a charcoal gray suit, clenched his boarding pass. The agent slid it back toward him, marked with a big red "denied." A phone camera clicked nearby. Someone muttered under their breath. Probably used someone else's miles. Damian took a slow breath, steadying himself. Then calmly he reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. "You want a scene?" he said softly. "I'll give you one." Just hours later, news outlets across the country would blast headlines like, "Airline shuts down after viral video exposes CEO mistreatment." But in that moment, Damian wasn't trying to make history. He was just a tired man trying to get home. At 38, Damian Ellis was the CEO of Airline Systems, a black-owned tech firm that had made global headlines for disrupting cybersecurity with next-gen AI. He'd just spent 4 days in Zurich negotiating a $2,300,000,000 zero-cents defense contract. All he wanted now was to relax in the first-class seat he had paid for, sip his whiskey, and drift off. But the airline had other plans. "There's been an issue with your ticket," the agent explained, her lips tight. Damian frowned. "I booked first class, paid in full. Here's the confirmation." "The system says otherwise," she replied curtly. Behind him, a man in khakis and an untucked polo shirt walked past and scanned his ticket. "First class," the scanner chirped. The man didn't look back. Damian's stomach sank. It wasn't the first time something like this had happened, and, judging by the reactions around him, it wouldn't be the last. He asked for a supervisor, then another. They all repeated the same vague response: "We're unable to verify your reservation." A nearby flight attendant leaned in. "Maybe if you were dressed differently," she whispered, then walked away. Damian's blood ran cold. Then his phone buzzed. It was Orion's legal counsel. He stepped aside, dialed a private line, and said 2 words: "Activate Protocol 6. Within minutes, the official Twitter account of Airline Systems posted, "Our CEO, Damian Ellis, was just denied boarding on a flight he booked, first class, due to a system issue. Ironically, our AI just flagged 3,217 active discrimination lawsuits against this same airline. More to come." Within 20 minutes, the tweet had gone viral. News outlets picked it up, celebrities reshared it, passengers at the gate turned to their phones, gasping as they read the breaking updates. Some even began filming the boarding process, pointing their cameras directly at the staff. Then came the final blow. Orion's legal team filed an emergency injunction in federal court, citing racial discrimination, misuse of public services, and a direct violation of transportation ethics. The court granted a temporary halt on the airline's domestic operations, pending an immediate investigation. By the time boarding was supposed to begin, all flights across the country had been delayed. The airline's stock plummeted 18% in 2 hours. Corporate PR tried to contain the chaos. "This was a misunderstanding," they tweeted. But the damage was done. Then Damian's phone rang again. This time, it was the airline's CEO. "You're destroying us," the voice pleaded. Damian simply responded, "No, you did that yourselves." Later that afternoon, Damian appeared on camera in a press conference, streamed live. "This isn't about a seat," he said. "It's about dignity, about being treated like a person, not a problem. We didn't build Airline Systems to play small. We built it to demand better for everyone." By the end of the week, the airline's board issued a full public apology. Several employees were terminated. Their policies underwent a complete overhaul. The company even announced a rebranding effort to rebuild public trust. As for Damian, he declined the airline's attempt to make things right. Instead, he boarded one of Orion's private jets, parked just 2 terminals away. As the jet climbed above the clouds, Damian sat back in his seat, sipping a glass of aged bourbon. He stared at the skyline fading into the distance. "Next time," he said quietly, "they'll think twice." If this story moved you, hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments. And remember, respect isn't given, it's demanded when necessary.